Zobrist lead Cubs to 5-1 win over banged-up Mets. New York, App. Jose Quintana pitched 6 shutout innings. Ben Zobrist hit a 2-run homer and the Chicago Cubs beat the banged-up New York Mets 5-1 on Thursday night in the opener of a 4-game series. Zobrist also doubled and singled in the leadoff spot as the Cubs won for the 4th time in 5 games. Chicago improved to 2-8 at Citi Field since the 2015 NL Championship Series. An inconsistent Quintana, 6-4, continued his run of strong starts following poor ones. The left-hander allowed 3 hits and escaped a bases-loaded jam in the 3rd when he threw a called third strike past Jose Bautista and retired cleanup man Michael Conforto on a grounder. Quintana struck out 6 and walked 2 on a foggy, misty night in Queens. Brandon Morrow, the 4th Chicago reliever, needed only 2 pitches to earn his 13th save. With 2 runners aboard, he retired Aim Rosario on a grounder to finish the 4-hitter. Brandon Nimmo hit his career-high 6th home run in the 8th for the Mets, off Brian Duensing. New York got 4 scoreless innings from Seth Lugo in his first start of the season. Lugo, who made his first 20 appearances out of the bullpen this year, pitched in place of injured Noah Syndergaard. The Mets have lost 8 of 11 since a 4-game winning streak. Zobrist went deep against Hansel Robles, 2-2, with 2 outs in the 5th. Chicago caught a break earlier in the inning when a foul pop-up dropped outside third base because the Mets' infield was shifted to the right side. Javier Baez doubled with 2 outs in the 6th and scored on Kyle Schwarber's single. Zobrist's double in the 7th set up Jason Hayward's RBI groundout. Wilson Contreras added a sacrifice fly in the 9th, just before Baez drew his first unintentional walk in 183 plate appearances. Talk IT over Cubs manager Joe Maddon received a pregame visit from Major League Baseball executive Joe Torre, and the two chatted about Anthony Rizzo's slide that upended Pittsburgh catcher Elias Diaz at home plate Monday, breaking up a potential double play. The play angered the Pirates, and Torre informed both teams Tuesday that Rizzo should have been called for interference, but Maddon still disagreed. "Nothing new. We just talked about what had transpired," Maddon said. "Rearview mirror kind of stuff, and it's time to move on. He encourages me to continue to say what I think, which I really appreciate." Danger zone one day after a display case caught fire in a main entrance to Citi Field, leaking water poured out of the ceiling during Mets manager Mickey Callaway's pregame news conference in the interview room. The fire that broke out in the Jackie Robinson Rotunda while the team was out of town Wednesday was extinguished by the automatic sprinkler system before the fire department arrived. Nobody was hurt and there was minimal damage, the Mets said. New voice Marisol Castro made her debut as Mets public address announcer, becoming the first woman to hold the job. Castro and Colin Cosell, who will work his first game Saturday, were hired to replace Alex Anthony and his interim fill-in this season, Rob Rush. Cosell's late grandfather was ABC broadcaster Howard Cosell. Trainer's room Cubs, RHPU Darvish, right triceps tendinitis, plans to begin a throwing program this weekend or early next week, depending on how he feels. Mets, LHP Steven Matz, mild finger strain, felt good playing catch and plans to throw a bullpen Friday. If all goes well, he could make his next scheduled start Sunday without missing a turn. Syndergaard, on the 10-day disabled list with a strained ligament in his right index finger, said he'll probably miss 1 or 2 starts. 3B Todd Frazier, strained left hamstring, was scheduled to play 5 innings in a rehab game with AAA Las Vegas. RHP Anthony Swarzak, strained left oblique, was set to pitch an inning for Las Vegas. His final rehab outing is expected to be Sunday, according to Callaway. Sandy Alderson said he's a little surprised by how long it's taking LF Jonas Cespedes to come back from his strained right hip flexor, an injury the GM said is somewhat chronic. Up next Cubs RHP Tyler Chatwood, 3-4, 4.10 ERA, pitches Friday night against RHP Zach Wheeler, 2-4, 5.40. Chatwood has lasted only 2 2/3 innings in each of his last 2 starts. He has walked 45 batters and struck out 44 this season. Wheeler was hammered by Chicago for 8 earned runs in 1 2/3 innings on June 13 last year, the shortest outing of his career. _more app baseball, https://upnews.com/tag/mlbaseball